Ignorance is the mother of all evil. The concept of ignorance as the root of all evil is profoundly explored in biblical texts and early Christian writings. The conflict that shapes human existence is not one of good versus evil, but of knowledge versus ignorance. This truth is evident throughout Scripture and ancient wisdom literature, offering insight into humanity's struggles and the divine purpose. Isaiah 45 verse 7 states, "I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things." This verse challenges dualistic thinking by emphasizing divine sovereignty over both light and darkness, peace and evil. It suggests that these experiences, whether perceived as positive or negative, serve a greater divine purpose. What divides humanity is not moral opposition, but the contrast between enlightenment and ignorance. Ignorance in Scripture. Ephesians 4 verse 18 speaks directly to the spiritual consequences of ignorance. Having their understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God because of the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart. Here, ignorance is portrayed as a condition that separates individuals from God. It darkens their understanding and blinds their hearts, leaving them disconnected from divine truth. This state of alienation is not moral failure, but a lack of spiritual awareness, a blindness that only knowledge and enlightenment can cure. Similarly, Hosea 4:6 declares, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I also will reject you from being priest for me. Because you have forgotten the law of your God, I also will forget your children." This passage reveals the catastrophic effects of rejecting knowledge. The destruction of God's people is not due to external forces, but their own ignorance. Their lack of understanding leads to their downfall, emphasizing the critical role of knowledge in achieving spiritual fulfillment and alignment with divine purpose. Wisdom from the Odes of Solomon. The Odes of Solomon also highlight the transformative power of knowledge in dispelling ignorance. Ode 7 proclaims, "And hatred shall be removed from the earth, and with jealousy it shall be drowned. For ignorance was destroyed upon it, because the knowledge of the Lord arrived upon it." This imagery of ignorance being destroyed by divine knowledge reflects the ultimate triumph of truth. When the knowledge of Yahweh is revealed, ignorance, the root of hatred and jealousy, vanishes, and harmony is restored. Ode 18 expands on this theme. "And ignorance appeared like dust, and like the foam of the sea, and vain people thought that it was great, and they became like its type and were impoverished. But those who knew understood and contemplated, and were not polluted by their thoughts, because they were in the mind of the Most High, and mocked those who were walking in error." This ode portrays ignorance as something transient and insubstantial, like dust or foam. While some are deceived by its seeming greatness, those who seek knowledge are unpolluted and remain aligned with the divine mind. Their clarity of thought protects them from the errors of ignorance. Early Christian wisdom on ignorance. The gospel of truth describes the effect of knowledge on ignorance. As one's ignorance disappears when he gains knowledge, and as darkness disappears when light appears, so also incompleteness is eliminated by completeness. Knowledge illuminates the mind and eradicates the incompleteness caused by ignorance. This metaphor of light driving away darkness reinforces the transformative power of understanding. The Gospel of Philip states, "Ignorance is the mother of all evil. Ignorance will result in death, because those who come from ignorance neither were, nor are, nor shall be. But those in the truth will be perfect when all the truth is revealed. For truth is like ignorance. While it is hidden, it rests in itself. But when it is revealed and is recognized, it is praised, inasmuch as it is stronger than ignorance and error. It gives freedom. The word said, 'If you know the truth will make you free.' Gen 8:32. Ignorance is a slave. Knowledge is freedom. If we know the truth, we shall find the fruits of the truth within us. If we are joined to it, it will bring our fulfillment." This passage presents ignorance as enslavement, while knowledge is liberation. Truth is stronger than ignorance, and when revealed, leads to freedom and fulfillment. Conclusion. The conflict between knowledge and ignorance is the defining narrative of human existence. Scripture and ancient writings repeatedly show that ignorance blinds, enslaves, and destroys, while knowledge illuminates, liberates, and restores. As Isaiah 45, verse 7 reminds us, all experiences, whether perceived as good or evil, come from Yahweh and serve a greater purpose. The true path to spiritual completeness lies in the pursuit of divine knowledge, which dispels ignorance and reveals the truth that sets us free.